It's a new day in the workroom. I am walking in probably the happiest queen to have ever walked in here. I got my very first win last week, and I defeated our lip-sync assassin Kim Possible. But then it is a little sad not seeing Goofy here. I know it's the aim of the game that one of us has to go each week, and unfortunately for Goofy I had his lipstick. I will miss you, Goofy, but we shall see each other again one day. Now I've actually been on quite a great run here, the complete opposite than my Season 7 run. During my Season 7 run I couldn't get above safe. Here? I can't get below safe. Of course everything can change, all it takes is one bad week, and you could be out of here. I need to make sure that's not me.
Well, it's a new week in the workroom, and I'm feeling a little down today. If you had seen last week, I was up for elimination alongside Goofy, and I honestly thought it was me going home. But Ursula, my dear friend Ursula, decided to send Goofy home, and not only did she send him home, but she gave him the $250,000 that she earned. She's really proving why she is a Miss Congeniality. To be honest, I probably would have done the same after hearing that story from Goofy. It was quite heartbreaking. But it is a new week, and that does mean a new challenge awaits us, and I am hoping it's not another design challenge. I thought my outfit was done pretty well, to be honest, but the judges thought differently. So yes, no more design challenges. How about another acting? Please.
So it's another day and another slay from me. I sound so delusional right now because I've only had one good week, and that's pissing me off. We all know I should have had one win by now, the snatch game, but Francine randomly winning the challenge was wild. But I really need to step up my game. I've kinda ruined my relationships here, so I gotta avoid that bottom because I know these bitches will send me home in a heartbeat. I'm very aware they all hate me. While I don't think Ling does, she really was a sister last week and helped me with my outfit, and then Darkrai fucking ruined my chance to be in the top and possibly win, but he did apologize to me, and I've moved on from that. There are 8 of us here, the awful queens have all gone, there is one more to go, looking to you Sylvian, and then the top tier talent will battle it out, and I know I'm not going home this week, I will make sure of it.
The queens gather in the workroom, they congratulate Ursula for finally winning a challenge, and winning the lip sync, then they congratulate Alice for surviving the elimination, they thank them. Ling looking to Ursula, and said she's really proud of her for finally getting her overdue win. Alice agreed, and said it's been so good to see Ursula perform to the level that they knew she could. Ursula thanks them both, and said she really owes it all to the Miss Cartoon Continental pageant for giving her that confidence she needed.
Honestly, I am so thankful to the people at Miss Continental. They believed in me, they believed in my drag and my abilities as a drag queen. I went into Season 7 thinking I was the top bitch. Because of my legacy before the show, I remember walking into the workroom, seeing the queens for the first time and having someone like Fairy Godmother freak out when she saw me. That gave me life and joy, but my goodness, the challenges were just not in my favor, and if they were, I was just awful at them. They say some queens are not made out for Drag Race, and that's how I felt, to the point I almost quit the competition. But I had someone very unusual talk me out of it, Heather, of all people. But thank you, Heather. She was also one of my biggest supporters during my time at Miss Continental, and she had tears in her eyes when I got crowned the 4th Miss Continental. It's the most unlikely friendship, but Heather, I love you, girl. I know she will be cheering me on once again this time around.
Red Guy looks to Ursula and said, "You're a Miss Continental?" Ursula nods and said yes, she was crowned the 4th. Red Guy shocked said he didn't even know that. Ling chuckling, said, "Have you been living under a rock?" Red Guy said no, he just don't follow pageants, they're not for him. Darkrai chuckling said you wouldn't get past the first round. Red Guy chuckling said neither would you walking freak show. They both laugh.
I know for sure I wouldn't even get accepted to even try to become a Miss Continental. I wouldn't even bother with it myself. It is a big achievement in a drag queen's career. It could skyrocket you to the top of your game. I mean, look at Ursula. She came back to Drag Race being a former Miss Continental, and she's slaying the game right now. But she's not the only one slaying the game. I'm doing really great in this competition. I've been in the top 5 out of 6 challenges. I'm due a win. I'm getting so frustrated not having a win. I hate this new format, to be honest. Bring back the top 2.
Francine, curious, asks Ursula why did she give Goofy the $250,000. Ursula said she was very moved by the story that Goofy said as they were creating their outfits. Marge asks what was the story. Alice said it was awful, she felt so bad for him. Sylvian agreed, and said she wouldn't have given him the money though. Red Guy chuckled and said, well, what was the story? Ursula said that Goofy told them he was performing at a gig, he lip-synced to the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse opening theme and Mickey Mouse did not like it, and he sued Goofy for copyright. Darkrai shakes his head and said typical messy mouse. Alice agreed and said all Goofy had to pay was $250,000.
Oh, that is hilarious. Messy Mouse living up to his nickname. Sue him again for me this time, Mickey. You got my number, sister. I'm so pissed that Goofy got that money in the end. I needed it for my new BBL, but it's fine. I'll get it when I win the $1 million cash prize along with my crown.
Oh my god, that is actually so upsetting. I really hope with that money Ursula gave Goofy, he's free from that dreaded mouse. I didn't really get a chance to speak with Goofy, to be honest. I would have liked to have gotten to know him a little bit better. He did open the doors for us queens to be here, a pioneer in the cartoon drag race world, and to see him get treated the way he has been by Red Guy is shocking. I can't wait to see him go home, and I can't wait to be the one to send him home, to get my revenge for Linda Belcher. No one messes with the Mother Alliance.
Red Guy asks Francine why is she staring at him. Francine said you're next to go home, that's why. Red Guy bursts out laughing, then tells her that if anyone is going home next it's you. Francine laughing said what makes you think that? Red Guy said to her what makes you think he's going home? Marge said because you're such a liar, that's why. Red Guy said to Marge he's not a liar, he's just good at playing the game, and it's not his fault everyone else sucks at a social game. Everyone laughs.
I suck at a social game. Red Guy, please. The lies are just crazy. I personally think I have a great social game here. I'm in 2 alliances as we speak. Me, Ursula and Ling are together as one alliance, the Miss Congeniality Alliance, and then I'm also with Ursula and Sylveon in another alliance. I've been playing this social game very well, thank you.
Social game? Hello, the Mother Alliance is right here? We had 4 of us in total. It's a shame Linda and Gwen went home back to back, leaving just Marge and myself, but we're making it work. I trust Marge a lot, she trusts me. I would never choose Marge's lipstick, and I know for sure she would never choose mine. Who the hell is Red Guy aligned with, because no one likes him here? If he didn't reveal that he lied about Linda choosing Goofy's lipstick, maybe Darkrai would still like him. I can see Darkrai is trying to be civil with him, but it's just so awkward with them.
Ling looks to Alice and said, do you think anyone in the group chose your lipstick? Alice said she does actually. Red Guy smirking said do tell. Alice said she believes Marge and Francine chose her lipstick. Marge asks her why does she feel like that. Alice said she did overhear them saying they want her to fail so she lands in the bottom and they will choose her lipstick. Francine said to Alice, yes they did say that. But they didn't say they would choose her lipstick, they just wanted Alice to land in the bottom, to make things more open. Marge apologizes to Alice for what they said, but they were just having an open discussion about who they thought would be in the bottom. Alice understands and tells them if she were in their shoes she'd be secretly wanting Alice in the bottom as well. Francine said are we cool? Alice said we're cool.
I can't believe she overheard us. I thought we were quiet enough, haha. I keep forgetting that our station is next to Alice's, but I'm glad she hasn't taken it to heart. I just want this competition to be more open and not one queen dominating the competition, and it's amazing to see there's not a clear front runner right now. It's currently anyone's crown.
Red Guy, disappointed, said is that it? And said to Alice you're not mad? Alice said no she's not mad, it's the game. Sylveon said she is curious to find out who chose Alice's lipstick. Ling agreed and asks the producers how many voted for Alice and how many voted for Goofy. A producer then tells the queens that Alice had 1 vote, and Goofy had 7 votes. Alice shocked, thanks the queens for not voting for her. Red Guy said how do you know that no one did? Sylveon said are you stupid? Goofy would not choose his own lipstick. Sylveon then accuses Red Guy of choosing Alice's lipstick. Red Guy chuckling said he's not going with that again, and calls Sylveon Linda. A producer tells the queens the viewers will find out the truth right now.
Alice, I have chosen your lipstick tonight because I will not choose my own. You're such an incredible queen, and an incredible friend. I'm so honored to have gotten to know you here, and please do keep in touch once this season is over. If I go tonight, make sure you go on to win the crown.
Goofy, choosing your lipstick tonight it does hurt a little. I've enjoyed your company. I've enjoyed our little chats whilst working at our station. I will miss you very much. It's such a shame it's either me or you going tonight, and we must meet up after this season, have a little Disney sister coffee date.
I'm choosing your lipstick tonight, because I will not choose Alice's in the slightest. She's got a better track record and this was a bad night for her and this is your 3rd. I'm sorry Goofy, sending love to you.
I actually was struggling with who to choose. You gave a good point to choose Alice and have the competition be more open, and you convinced me. But I don't think you convinced the others, and I didn't want to be exposed as the queen who chose Alice's lipstick when I'm guessing everyone else chose yours. Sorry Goof, Love you.
I chose your lipstick tonight because this season I'm all about playing fair, and there is no way I could choose Alice's lipstick. It is a little tempting because let's be real, we all wanted her to be in this position. But even with this one bottom placement, she still has a better track record than you. I'm sorry Goofy, you seem a lovely queen, and you were on a season with my Homer, so when you see this, you're more than invited to come over for dinner one night.
The temptation to choose Alice's lipstick was there, it really was, but tonight is not the night. I wasn't convinced enough with your plea, but you're an icon. I've enjoyed having you here, and it's been really nice getting to know you, and hope to see you again one day. Sending you love, Goofy.
So this was pretty easy, to be honest. You thought you were slick choosing my lipstick when I thought we had a great bond. I was actually pretty hurt by that goof. But me and Alice are pretty close. We bonded a lot in our acting challenge, but I do wish you well, Goofy.
I may have lied the first time, but this time I told you to your face I was picking your lipstick. You're so fake, and so desperate. Considering how long you've been doing drag and been on the scene, I was very underwhelmed. You're such an awful queen, dare I say worse than Goldine. And that's saying something. Bye, you won't be missed.
Wow, what a relief that was hearing that I only had one vote, and I am assuming it came from Goofy, which is completely valid, because I wouldn't expect him to choose himself. But you know Red Guy is trying to play mind games saying Sylveon could have voted for me, and it's just laughable at this point how desperate he is. Red Guy is doing too much, and he did say he's coming for me. How about I reverse the roles and I come for him? Maybe I don't know if I can go down that path, haha.
Red Guy said to Alice he was sure she would have more votes. Alice said well she didn't and she's very grateful to the other queens for not choosing her lipstick. Red Guy said he would have chosen hers if anyone else was in the bottom with her. Alice just chuckles. Red Guy annoyed, said to Alice give him some confrontation and stop being such a miscongeniality. Alice said she's not a confrontational person, so no she won't give Red Guy what he wants. Red Guy said fine that's if that's what you want and said to Alice now he's coming after her. Alice just laughs, and said to Red Guy you're no threat, you're a fool. Darkrai agreed and told Red Guy he's doing way too much and why is he publicly saying he's coming after someone, is he that stupid? Red Guy said he's not doing too much. Darkrai did so much last week by tearing up his outfit. The queens gasped.
Wow, not Darkrai ripping up Red Guy's outfit. Usually it would be disaster for Darkrai, but because it happened to Red Guy, I'm alright with it. Tear up more of his drag honestly. I'm so sick of him. He needs to go. I can tell you this. The moment he's in the bottom, is the moment he's going home. And I hope it's this week. Get Red Guy out of here.
Now why did Red Guy spill that to everyone? I thought they moved on from that, and all was forgiven. I know why he did that, it's because Darkrai is a threat and Red Guy knows it. I honestly don't know what's gotten into him lately. He was never like this on our season. I missed the season 9 Red Guy, not this monster.
Francine looking to Red Guy and said to him, is that why you were crying? Red Guy shocked said, you heard me cry? He then said he doesn't know what Francine is talking about, there was no one crying. Marge asks Darkrai did he really rip up Red Guy's outfit? Before Darkrai could speak, Red Guy said no it never happened, he just made it up. The queens all look at each other in confusion. Ursula looking to a producer and said can we have RuPaul now please?
What I want to know is, what drugs has Red Guy taken this morning, because he's a mess. Did Darkrai rip up his outfit? And even if he did, I don't care, none of us care, it's totally deserved. If it had been anyone else, then Darkrai count your days, but because it was Red Guy, I'll transfer you $10,000, because I definitely heard him crying at his station.
Hello, hello, hello!
Finally, RuPaul is here. I couldn't take another second of Red Guy's mouth, he's his worst enemy here honestly. But I'm very excited to find out what our next challenge is going to be, and I wonder if I can be the first queen to get 2 wins here. And even better, can I get them back to back? I guess we will have to find out.
My queens, wow the room is getting emptier, to think we started with 14 of you, and now 8 remain. Now for your Maxi challenge this week, you will be producing your own news show.
Producing our own news show? I have some breaking news coming in. Darkrai will be the winner of this week's challenge. Well, hopefully. I'm desperately in need of a win tonight.
Not only do you have to produce your own news show, but you will have to make it funny using improv.
So it's an improv challenge? Got it. Well, finding out it's an improv challenge is very nerve-wracking, because I was actually eliminated on an improv challenge. But I have confidence in myself that I can do well tonight. I overcame Snatch Game and won, and I hope, actually no not hope, and I know I will overcome this improv challenge. I just need to make sure I'm funnier than Red Guy, and I know for damn sure I'm funnier than him.
So standing before me I have 8 queens, and there are 8 roles. The roles are 2 main anchors, an advice columnist, a psychic hotline, a gossip girl spilling all the tea, a weather girl, a religious preacher, and a celebrity interviewer, who will have a sit-down interview with our extra special guest judge, Season 8 champion, my right-hand gal, Musa.
Wow, Musa is our guest judge. She's such an icon, honestly. Her first season she judged was my season. I would love to do the celebrity interviewer role, and have a sit-down with Musa, but could I make it funny? I'm not quite a comedy queen, but I did really well in Snatch Game, and that's all improv. So I'm not completely doubting myself, it's all to play for here.
Ursula, as the winner of the Maxi challenge last week, you will decide the roles. Now I'll see you on the main stage, good luck and don't fuck it up.
I know the moment these queens heard make it funny, they shit their pants, because they know Red Guy will be here another week. I'm the funniest bitch here, and I really want that psychic hotline role. I will make that role the campest, and the most funniest role ever. I wouldn't mind any role really, I just don't want the weather girl.
Ursula tells the queens she's going to see which roles they want and she can work around that and asks everyone, is that okay? They all nod. Red Guy said he doesn't mind any role, just not the weather girl. Francine said to Ursula, give him the weather girl please, she begs. Ursula, chuckling, said done. Red Guy will be the weather girl. He just shakes his head and said you'll be sorry when he wins with this awful role.
Well, look who's the fucking weather girl. Thanks Francine, thanks a lot. But you know what, I'll make this work and I'll be stood up there on the stage ready to lip sync for my legacy, and I'll be sending a bitch home. I better have Francine's lipstick.
Darkrai looking to Ursula and said to her, which role do you want? Choose your role first. Ursula said she's connecting with the psychic hotline role, to be honest. Darkrai said take it. Ursula said she will and thanks Darkrai for the advice. Red Guy shakes his head and said that's the role he wanted. Darkrai said well, life's not fair unfortunately. Red Guy smirking said yes, life's not fair. Ursula said to Alice what role is she wanting? Alice said she would love to do the celebrity interview. Ursula said anyone else want that role? Everyone stays silent, and Ursula gives it to Alice.
Ideally yes, I wanted that role, but I didn't want to cause any conflict with Alice. I respect her a lot and I was already having doubts in my head if I can make that role funny, so it's probably best I don't get it, to be honest.
Darkrai said to Ursula that he thinks himself and Ling would be amazing as the main anchors because they have incredible chemistry. Ursula asks Ling does she want to do that role? Ling said yes, she will take that role with Darkrai. Francine asks Ursula can she have the advice columnist role, she would be perfect for it? Red Guy said no you can't. Ursula said yes she can and assigns Francine that role. Marge said between the two left religious preacher and the gossip girl, she wants the religious preacher. Sylveon said thank God, because that was the role she didn't want. Ursula said that's great and everyone is assigned a role? They all say yes, and Ursula suggests that they all start planning for the show, and everyone breaks off into their stations.
I would have preferred the advice columnist role, because back home I was an so-called advice columnist at the church. I was known as the listen lady. Everyone would call me up and I would give them the advice they needed with the help from God. But Francine got the role, and I'm still happy with the religious preacher role. I just hope the Lord can forgive me when I make him funny. God bless you RuPaul, haha.
Red Guy, Ling Xiaoyu, and Darkrai are preparing for this challenge. Darkrai looking to Ling and said to her she looks nervous, and not to be nervous, they have incredible chemistry, they will slay this challenge. Ling said this is probably the worst role to have, it's the main role of the challenge. Red Guy looking to Ling and told her she will be fine and not to worry.
Maybe I'm just overthinking right now, but at least I'm not on my own in this role. I have Darkrai with me, we do have some good chemistry, and I just need to stop worrying and start preparing. I have to be funny, I just have to make RuPaul laugh the most. I did pretty well at the Snatch Game. I had a good few laughs from RuPaul, so I know I can do this.
Red Guy annoyed said he don't want this fucking role, he made it very clear and Ursula still gave it to him. Darkrai said maybe you should have just kept your mouth closed, you might have gotten the role you wanted. Ling nods, and asked Red Guy which role did he actually want. Red Guy said the psychic hotline, and said to them both he would do a much better performance than what Ursula will. Darkrai said to Red Guy he didn't get the role, and he needs to stop going on about not getting the role, and focus on this challenge and get his head into this challenge. Red Guy agreed and said Darkrai is right.
Okay, I'm gonna stop going on about this weather girl role. It's not the role I wanted, but what's a queen to do, huh? But what else needs to stop is Darkrai telling me what to do, when in reality he needs to thank me, because I saved his ass earlier. When I said he ripped up my outfit, the looks on the queen's faces was classic, they were out for blood. But then I took back what I said. And I said I made the story up making myself look bad and I didn't even get a single thank you? Darkrai has a huge ego. He thinks he's untouchable. Oh sweetie, I heard Messy Mouse put a bounty on your head now. I'm kidding, I could never do that to my sister.
Red Guy scoffs. Ling and Darkrai look to each other confused. Red Guy scoffs again, rolling his eyes. Darkrai asked him, is he okay? Red Guy said, thank you by the way. Darkrai said, for what? Red Guy laughing said, no, you should be thanking me. Darkrai confused said, for what? Red Guy said, for saving your ass earlier. Darkrai said, saved it from what? Red Guy tells Darkrai when he mentioned him ripping up Red Guy's outfit, the queens all hated you. Darkrai chuckling, said to Red Guy, no offense, they didn't care, they all hate you. Red Guy starts an argument with Darkrai and Ling.
Now why the hell is he going off on me? And even more, why the hell is he going off on Ling? She hasn't done anything other than worry about her role as one of the anchors. My god, I can't deal with him right now, I need to focus.
Ling annoyed said she's not dealing with Red Guy right now and she's leaving. Darkrai agreed and said to Red Guy, you're on your own, you fucking loser. And they both leave the station, leaving Red Guy on his own.
Well, someone's a little sensitive, aren't they? Good, go. I don't need them anymore, they were pawns in my game of chess anyway. Now I have no distractions by either Darkrai or Ling. I'm gonna focus on this role as Weather Girl, make this funniest of funny, and win this challenge.
Darkrai and Ling join Alice, Ursula and Sylveon at their station. Alice asks Ling, who is visibly upset, if she's okay. Ling said no, Red Guy is a total asshole. Sylveon asks what's happened. Darkrai said he's crazy over there, and he started an argument with them both for no reason. Ursula said to them both, you did the right thing coming over here and staying away from that negativity. Ling thanks them all for their support and hugs Alice.
I honestly don't know who Red Guy is right now. This competition has really gotten to him. He's not the friend I had before All Stars. I'm so disappointed in him, and I know for sure Raquel will be as well when she watches this episode. He's there telling me I don't support him, and I've never supported him. Excuse me. Did I not create your entire outfit last week? Did I not come see you in the hospital when you were recovering from your 4th BBL when Zelda and Raquel couldn't make it? I am completely done with Red Guy. Days like this I wish I had my sisters Kazumi and Christy around me, but I have my other sisters here, Ursula, Alice and Darkrai.
Alice looking to them both, and said forget about Red Guy, he will get what's coming to him, don't you both worry. Sylveon said hopefully, she can't stand him. Sylveon then asks Darkrai, did he actually rip up Red Guy's outfit? Darkrai said if they want the truth, yes he did. Ursula asks why? Darkrai tells them that he manipulated Ling into making his outfit for him, and that didn't sit right with him, so he tore it up and told him to make it himself. Alice said good, it's what he deserves. Alice then said he should have been up for elimination for that. Darkrai said he was shocked he wasn't.
Wow, hearing that Darkrai actually did rip up Red Guy's outfit is kinda wild, but actually justified. Because how dare you manipulate someone so lovely, so kind, your seasoned sister, your so-called friend, it doesn't sit well with me. Ling is one of my dearest friends, and Red Guy just made an enemy out of me. He's just pathetic in all honesty. But enough of that horrid queen, I'm doing the celebrity interview with Musa. She's honestly an icon at this point, and I'm a little nervous, but excited to sit down and ask her some hard-hitting questions, but also making them funny. I've got my work cut out for me this week, haven't I?
Sylveon looks to Ling and Darkrai and told them she knows how they feel losing a friend, it's happened to her. Darkrai asked does he know them? Sylveon chuckling said yes. Misty. The queens gasped. Alice asks what happened between them. Sylveon said they used to be really good friends, they would do gigs together and then along came a certain fish, and she turned Misty against her in the House of Sylveon, and then it became House of Misty versus House of Sylveon.
Honestly, me and Misty used to be the best of friends. We used to work at the same clubs when I used to live in Kanto before my transition. We had sleepovers, we would just do everything together. We formed a super house with my drag children and her drag children. We were unstoppable. Then came Goldine. I just hate saying her name. She didn't like the fact that me and Misty were becoming so close. So Goldine made up some lies and Misty believed her over myself. And we had a major falling out. We haven't really spoken. I've moved to Kalos, away from her and her horrid daughter. But that didn't stop me seeing her here, did it?
Ursula asks everyone if they're happy with the roles they all got. Sylveon said she's a little worried actually, because she don't see herself as a funny queen. Darkrai reassures Sylveon she can do this, she's made him laugh once or twice here. Alice said it's so good to see you both getting along. Sylveon chuckles and said yes, it's good actually. Darkrai chuckling said he's sorry to Sylveon for choosing her lipstick. Sylveon said it's totally fine, she understood why he did, and she apologizes for choosing his in the first place. Darkrai said it's all good, and they hug it out.
That was actually really good to hug things out with Sylveon. We didn't have any bad blood. We just wanted to let each other know it's all okay that we chose each other's lipstick. You know what, minus Red Guy being a complete fool. I'm enjoying myself here. I feel like I've actually got a sisterhood here. On my season, I didn't have that. The only support I had was from Scooby-Doo, my best friend. Love you, Scoob. Well, and Double D. He and I became quite close after our season ended. But the rest of them? I don't speak with, but here, I feel like I've made some incredible friends here.
Darkrai looking to Ursula and said Red Guy is furious with you by the way? Ursula chuckling said she don't quite care about Red Guy, they all laugh. Alice curious asks why is he furious with Ursula? Is it because of the Weather Girl role? Darkrai chuckling said no, he wanted the Psychic Hotline role, he's over there going crazy, he didn't get it. Ursula laughing said well, life's not quite fair now is it, and suggested that everyone works on their role for this news show, which they all agree and work on their part.
Oh no, I'm shaking in my boots. Red Guy is furious with me? I have to laugh. Red Guy is pathetic, he's psychotic, and I do hope he goes home next. Please RuPaul put him in the bottom tonight. Even if he does well in the challenge, send him to the bottom. We need him out of here. I should have just stolen his voice and did us all a favor, but I can't do that anymore. I'm retired from stealing voices.
Francine and Marge are talking about the challenge and Francine tells Marge to look at Red Guy sat all on his own. Marge chuckled and said she wonders what's happened. Francine said it looks like Ling and Darkrai has left him all by himself. They both laugh.
I shouldn't laugh, but seeing Red Guy just sat there on his own is pretty funny, because he has no one to blame but himself. Well, myself and Francine have no clue what happened, but we did hear some shouting going on but couldn't make it out, but it's ended up having Darkrai and Ling move stations and they seem to be having a great time. Me and Francine are also having a great time together. We're proving why we were brought back for our third time, and we need to keep showing these queens, and get ourselves back into the top, because it's episode 7 and no one here has 2 wins, it's crazy, and I want to be the first queen here to get their second win, and I plan on doing that tonight.
Oh, it's hilarious seeing Red Guy on his own. No one likes him here. I'm pretty sure the audience don't like him either, and his time is up honestly. I really need him to flop this challenge, but it's comedy, I don't think he will. I hate to admit, but Red Guy is a funny queen, and he self-proclaimed himself as RuPaul's favorite drag queen, so he thinks he's untouchable? Baby, you were in the bottom last week, should have been up for elimination, and it should have been a bottom 3, not a 2. But my role as the advice columnist, I'm excited for it honestly, who's to say I have to give good advice? I just need to be funny, and one thing about Franny Smith, she's funny.
Francine asks Marge how is she finding her role as the religious preacher. Marge said she's a little worried because she don't find herself funny, and Snatch Game proved that. Francine shakes her head and said Snatch Game proved you're just not good at Snatch Game, not that you're not funny. Marge nods, and said she's just worried about mocking the Lord. Francine said to Marge, you apologize the next time you go to church, you have to go over the top with this role, this is the perfect role to do that. Marge said what will Reverend Lovejoy and his wife Helen say? Francine said to them Marge if they're that religious they shouldn't be watching this show, and looks into the camera and flips off the Lovejoys. Marge chuckling said to Francine she's wild, Francine tells her hell yeah. Marge thanks Francine and said she will take her advice and hope it pays off. Francine chuckling said maybe she should become an actual advice columnist. Marge said she would be an incredible one, and they both keep working on their roles and bond even more.
Maybe Francine was the right person for the advice columnist after all. I love her so much, I'm so glad we're here together, she's my glue at this point, and the fact I've known her for many years. Then seeing her get on Drag Race was incredible, and seeing her in this workroom was wild. I never thought the mothers would be together on one season, it's amazing. I will do what Francine suggested, go over the top with my religious preacher role, and apologize to the Lord next time I walk into the church.
Red Guy and Marge Simpson slayed the challenge.
Well, it looks like this weather girl will be the top all-star. Mark my words, if I don't win this challenge, I'll crash out. Anyways, after being on my own, I had no distractions, no stupid conversations with 2 stupid queens. Actually, I take that back. One stupid queen. I love you, Ling. You're still my sister, and I am so sorry for how I acted with you today. I feel really bad about that, and I don't blame her for moving away from me. It's a shame, really, because I could have helped her with her comedy like she helped me with my outfit last week. She really needed my help this week. #tragic.
Wow, I'm really surprised at how well I did tonight. This role was perfect for me, honestly, and I am a little nervous for the next time I walk into a church sermon. Hopefully the other residents of Springfield doesn't watch this episode. Actually, I hope they do, and they can see how amazing Marge Simpson is, and this is for you, Reverend and Helen. Kiss my ass. Wow, that felt great. Francine, you're the best.
Ursula and Francine Smith had a great performance.
That challenge was incredible. I had so many laughs from RuPaul. It felt so good. I am on a roll lately with these challenges. Could I possibly be looking at the top once again? I honestly am lost for words. I'm going to tap into my psychic abilities and say that I will be the top all-star of the week, again.
That challenge was so much fun. I was so nervous because I was getting flashbacks to season 4, where I was eliminated in an improv challenge. But as soon as we went live for our news show, those nerves went, and Franny Smith was the best advice columnist of all time. Well, self-proclaimed.
Sylvian, Darkrai, and Alice had a good performance.
Considering that was my first time doing improvisation other than Snatch Game, of course, I didn't do that bad, but I didn't do that great either. I thought volunteering myself and Ling as the main anchors would work out pretty good. But we didn't actually have the chemistry I thought we had. Ling stumbled over her words a lot, and it put me off as well. Then you had Red Guy trying to throw us off our game, behind the camera making faces, just so unprofessional it's laughable.
Wow, that challenge was quite the challenge, alright. I tried to make this funny, I really did, but I just am not a comedy queen. I did manage to make Musa laugh a little, and that's tough. She's so serious and has to deal with Lola all the time, so she don't get to laugh a lot. But I did ask some hard-hitting questions, which she loved. Maybe I should be a talk show host instead of trying to getting on Broadway, haha.
Ling Xiaoyu had a bad performance.
Well, that was awful. That's honestly how I can describe that challenge. I'm 100% up for elimination tonight, and I'm already planning my plea to the other queens. I tried my best being the main anchor with Darkrai, but there was no chemistry between us. We tried to banter, but it just flopped. I could honestly cry right now because I've been doing quite well here, and now I could potentially go home, which I hope I do not. I can't go home right now.
On the runway, category is Emmy Award Red Carpet. Alice and Sylvian slayed the runway. Red Guy, Ursula, Marge Simpson, Ling Xiaoyu, Darkrai, Francine Smith had a great runway.
Of course I slayed a runway. I do think I am the fashion queen of the season. I serve a look every damn runway, and the judges eat it up. I spilled so much tea and gossip as the gossip girl of this challenge. Had a couple laughs, more than I was expecting, to be honest. So I think that's a good sign for me. I don't think I'm in the bottom tonight. I don't think I am worthy of a bottom placement with this stunning look. This cost me, well, I won't say, but a lot.
Welcome to the main stage of Cartoon Drag Race All-Stars 5. Let me introduce to you my judging panel this week. Up first, she is the ultimate lip-sync assassin. She is the All-Stars 2 champion. She is Daphne Blake. Up next, she is the editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine and Drag Race alumni. She is Cruella de Vil. And our extra special guest judge, she's back home. She's my right-hand gal. She is the Season 8 champion. She is Musa. My dear, welcome home. This week we challenged our queens to improv in a news show, and on the runway they brought their Emmy Award eleganza. Now racers, start your engines and may the best drag queen win. Now let the judging commence. Red Guy, congratulations, you are the top all-star of the week.
It's about damn time, actually. I'm overdue this win. This should have been my second win, but that was stolen from me. But you should have heard the groan from these other queens when my name was called. They hate that I won. Get used to it, losers. It's Red Guy's time to shine.
Ursula, Marge Simpson, Francine Smith, great job this week, you are all safe.
Well, I didn't quite get that when I predicted, but thank you so much. Another week with Ursula in the top? What is going on here? I am so grateful every time. Thank you, RuPaul. And I cannot believe who is the top all-star right now. I was for sure thinking Marge would have gotten this win, but not him. Anyone but him.
I'm very thankful to be in the top. I really thought I was going to get my second win of the season, but unfortunately, Red Guy got the win. But I guess it's a good thing that the wins are spread out, and I do hope, however, the Lord forgives me. I will pray twice as hard tonight for his forgiveness.
Ugh, that asshole got the win. It sucks honestly. This was Marge's win. She deserved this. She was so much more funnier than Red Guy. She had me in stitches. Whatever, I'm glad I'm safe for another week. This is honestly the furthest I've gotten on Drag Race, and I am so proud of that. Stan, I know you're watching. I'm not coming home anytime soon, but when I do come home, baby, I'm bringing us a crown.
Darkrai, Ling Xiaoyu, Alice. You are the bottom queens of the week. Alice, you are safe.
Oh my god, I cannot believe I was almost up for elimination, once again. That is the final straw for me. My ass is on fire, and I will make sure I get the second win of the season next week. I am determined. But seeing these two extremely talented queens up for elimination, it hurts so much because they both deserve to be here.
Darkrai and Ling Xiaoyu, I'm sorry my dears, you are both up for elimination, and you may go plead your cases to Red Guy and your other queens. You may leave the stage.
Well, if it isn't my season 10 sister, my so-called friend who up and left me today in the workroom, the sister who ripped up my outfit last week. Trust me when I say this to you, Darkrai, I will choose your lipstick tonight. I've been playing you this entire time, and now I will have the last laugh when I stand there holding your lipstick. Things would have been different between us if you hadn't have ripped up my outfit. Let's call this karma. You better prepare your plea to the others. I've made up my mind.
Wow, you're really crazy, you know that, right? And tonight you got lucky with this win. You're a fucking psycho and I can't wait for your time to be up. Season sister my ass. Fuck you.
A psycho indeed, but a psycho who will send you home. You better hope we have our dear season 10 sister Kamiko as our assassin. See you later, huh?
Ling is with the others and she is crying. Ursula hugs her. Ling thanks Ursula and said she really needed that. This has been such a disaster of a day. Francine said she understands and this is such an awful time for her and they're all there for her. Ling thanks Francine and the others, then tells them she has to make her plea. Ling then tells them that this is her first time in the bottom, whilst this is Darkrai's second. Ling then tells the queens that Darkrai has placed in the top more than she has, yes, but she has shown consistency and loyalty especially in the votes. She then says her time is not done, she has so much more to show and a lot more to offer than Darkrai. Ling then tells the queens she don't want to throw Darkrai under the bus because she has so much respect for him. Alice said to Ling that she has her back no matter what. Ursula nods and said Miss Congeniality Alliance until the end. Ling hugs both of them, and thanks the queens for listening to her plea. She then said she's going to see Red Guy now. The queens wish her luck.
Well, if it isn't my so-called sister, who abandoned me today. I thought we were closer than that, but Ling, I feel really bad about earlier. I actually want to apologize to you about today. I honestly don't know what has gotten into me, and I think it has to do with Darkrai. When I'm around him, Ling, my mind goes crazy. I think he's putting some sort of spell on me, but I am truly and deeply sorry. I love you so much, and I've not even thought of choosing your lipstick tonight. I would never do that to you. Do you remember when Darkrai said if I had to choose between you and him to save, a couple weeks ago? I said I couldn't do it, but I winked at you, Ling. I got your back.
Red Guy, thank you so much. Honestly, I could cry right now. I accept your apology, and I want to also apologize to you. I know I shouldn't have walked away today, but I really wanted to focus on this challenge, and when you shouted at me, saying I've never been there for you, I've always been there for you, every BBL appointment, every surgery, that outfit I made for you, before, well, you know what happened. I've always been there for you, and I'm happy to hear you'll be there for me. This is my time in need, Red. I really hope you're not lying to me.
Ling, I want you to know, you're the only one in here I've never lied to. I love and respect you so much.
Darkrai annoyed said he can't believe he's doing this again. Marge said to him, tonight was just a bad night for him, and he will do better next week. Darkrai thanks Marge and said what if there is no next week for him. Darkrai then tells the queens that Red Guy is adamant on choosing his lipstick. Marge shakes her head and said I thought you two were close? Darkrai said they were, but he's gotten so weird here, and today was the final straw for their relationship. Alice said this is hard for her because she's friends with both of them. Sylveon looking to Alice, and said that you just told Ling you've got her back until the end. Darkrai said he understands why Alice would say that and he fully accepts her and Ursula to choose his lipstick. Darkrai then looks to the others and said he really wants to be here. Yes, this is his second time in the bottom, but he's been in the top 5 out of 7 episodes, and Ling has only been in the top 3 times. Darkrai said she had the worst performance in the challenge, she forgot most of her lines, she had no banter, she completely failed. Darkrai then asks them to please look at the whole competition, not just the fact he has 2 bottoms. Sylveon thanks Darkrai for his plea and said to the queens it's time to vote. Welcome back, queens. Red Guy, are you ready to meet your opponent tonight?
Oh RuPaul, I think you mean, are they ready for the red guy meet and greet? It'll be over in a flash.
You're so shady. Now let's meet this week's lip sync assassin.
Reveal yourself!
Oh shit. It's Kazumi, this is Ling's sister. I have to make sure I beat this bitch because I have no clue who the group has chosen, and it would be so evil to have her sister be the one to send her home. Kazumi is no joke when it comes to a lip sync. She is one of the best. This will be a battle.
Wow, I am shocked. Kazumi Mishima, Lip Sync Assassin of the Year at the Cartoon Drag Race Awards. Welcome home, darling. Now are you ready to slay?
Mother, it's so good to be home. And to see my sisters, Ling and Alice. I love you both so much. Ling, I hope you got my texts. Red Guy, huh? I'm ready, bring it on.
The time has come. Did you lip sync? For your legacy!
The lip sync song is Where Have You Been by Rihanna. Red Guy and Kazumi Mishima slayed the lip sync.
I've made my decision.
Kazumi Mishima.
You're a winner, baby. With great power comes great responsibility.
Kazumi Mishima.
Which queen has the group chosen to get the chop?
I am absolutely fucking thrilled that Red Guy lost this lip sync, because I was for sure going home, but I have no clue who the group has chosen. It's honestly neck and neck, and Ling, I've enjoyed our time together. I really have. You and everyone here minus you-know-who have been a delight. It's absolutely criminal that one of us has to go.
This is probably the worst scenario ever. I'm in the bottom, with another strong contender, a dear friend. Then our lip sync assassin is none other than my sister, my number one, my best friend. She could be potentially holding my lipstick. I will absolutely be devastated if she has. But I have seen your text, Kazumi. I really hope production have told her I've seen them and can't text her back. This could go either way. I really hope I gave a better plea than Darkrai.
Wow, okay, RuPaul. The group has spoken, and the queen that they have chosen to go home tonight is my sister Ling Xiaoyu. I'm so sorry.
As it is written, so it shall be done.
Ling Xiaoyu. I'm not done yet. Red Guy, will you please step forward?
Oh my god, what is going on? Get his ass out of here as well. Poor Ling, that was so tough for us to choose.
Oh god, what have I done now? Am I getting disqualified?
Red Guy.
You are also a winner, baby.
Oh my god, this can't be happening right now. I'm fucking freaking out. I just can't.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Red Guy.
Which queen have you chosen to get the chop?
RuPaul, I'm not going to drag this out. This queen already knows their fate with my lipstick. I told them personally, so the queen going home is Darkrai. Ling, I told you I had your back.
As it is written, so it shall be done.
Darkrai and Ling Xiaoyu.
You are an all-star. Now, sashay away.
Thank you so much for bringing me back, RuPaul. I really appreciate the opportunity once again. I'll miss you all. Thank you for your support. I love you.
I can't believe the winner of the season has gone home. I'm totally kidding. Thank you so much for bringing me back. I've had such an up and down experience here and I wouldn't change it. To my new sisters, Alice, Ursula, Marge, Francine, and Sylveon. Get Red Guy next. He has to go. Thank you.
This is Untucked.
The queens are all gagged from that double elimination. Ursula tells the queens they know he's a pain in the ass, but they still should show their respects and congratulate Red Guy on his win. The queens reluctantly congratulates Red Guy for his win. He thanks them. Francine, shocked, said she did not expect that at all. Marge agreed and said she thought RuPaul was sending Red Guy home with Ling. Red guy chuckling, said he thought so too and he thought he was getting disqualified, but no, he got the double lip sync win instead. Red guy looks to Alice and asks why did she choose Ling's lipstick, he thought they were sisters. Alice, taken aback, told Red guy how dare he come for her with absolute lies and nonsense once again, she chose Darkrai's lipstick. Red guy said to her, are you sure? Alice said why the hell would she choose Ling's lipstick, she respected her so much. Red guy said to Alice you're right and he apologizes to her. Sylveon tells the queens now everyone has a win here, and the next episode someone will get the second win of the season. Red guy chuckling said it will be me and walks out of Untucked. Marge said now that he's gone, they all need to come together and get rid of him. Alice said she would never play dirty, but she will just to get rid of Red guy. Sylveon said someone has to sabotage him, it's the only way to make sure he's in the bottom. Francine said as long as everyone else votes him off and not the other queen, they'll get rid of him for sure. Sylveon said so they're in agreement, and it's Operation Get Rid of Red Guy? They all agree. Alice said she don't like this personally, but it has to be done. Marge said this will be the top 5 of the season. Ursula agreed and said that Ling's elimination in particular was so upsetting. Marge agreed, and said she can't believe production had Kazumi be the one to eliminate her. Alice said it was just pure evil. Francine said to Alice at least she got to see Kazumi again. Alice said that was the only good thing to come out of this elimination, she really misses her and Marshmallow. Marge said she's really missing her family as well, but it will be worth it in the end. They all agree, and continue laughing and bonding.
Hey squirrel friend, when one video ends, just open up another one. It's called binge viewing. Go ahead, I support you.